was expensive, but much, much better in his second spell. Well, Hansi Cronje, of course, was chosen as the man of the match, and after the game, I had a chat with him.
In the team for the quick bowler, Mananta Hayward. Brugger is known for his accuracy. The England side, there really are plenty of changes there. Nick Knight will open the batting with NASSER Hussain, who's promoted himself up the order. Graham Hick at 3, Adams at 4, Vikram Solanki at 5. Watch him, he's a thrilling young cricketer. Craig White is out here for Andrew Flintoff. He's playing. Mark Elam. Very good to see Graham Swan get a game. There's Chris Reed getting a game as well at last after a long tour, sitting it out as the wicket keeper. Andrew Caddick and Darren Gough. No place in the side for Alan Mullally. We'll pick it up right at the start of the action. Gary Kirsten and Herschel Gibbs are at the wicket.
Oh, he's caught. No doubt about that. Heard the nick, played well away from his body, and Gary Kirsten is caught behind, and he goes early. And so South Africa 3 for 1.
Yes, excitement among the England fielders, and this is why. Once again, the ball doesn't come back very much. Gary Kirsten playing inside out instead of showing the full face of the bat to the ball long enough. Reed getting his first victim in one-day international cricket. Gary Kirsten goes for 1 and South Africa 3 for 1.
Down the wicket. Look at that. That's 4 runs.
Well, I was just going to say that at the Wanderers, he made batting look an absolute joke. It was so easy. And here, he's seen the ball leaving him twice in the air, quite sharply. So he decides to come towards it. Nice straight bat in the air, but into the gap. And 4 runs. Surprise, I'm sure, for Andrew Caddick. Delight for the crowd. Much slower delivery. Watch the fingers here. He gave that one a huge tweak, and it certainly created the turn back into the pads.
This is through. Lovely shot. No sweeper at this stage of the game, and that's 4 runs.
Wonderful stroke here. It wasn't a half volley by any means, swinging away from him, but he leaned into it. Watch the front knee here. Bending beautifully as he goes forward towards it and choosing the gap.
This is through the covers, conventional, and that's a fine shot.
Superb. Now you can see that Herschel Gibbs' tactics of unsettling Andrew Caddick's length has worked. We saw him bowling immaculately in the Test series, and now by moving his feet so positively, Herschel Gibbs has forced the bad delivery. That was a half volley, and he was quick to capitalize.
Field here for LBW. Oh, he's given out. He again tried to play across the line there. The ball ran away down to third man and looked as though it might be runs for South Africa, but the umpire, Dave Orchard, took a little bit of time before he decided that was out.
Yes, the ball was angling across all the way, and in my view, it would never have hit the leg stump. It was still carrying on towards the leg side. Half an appeal from Caddick to begin with. Then the people behind the stumps backed him up, and you can see a quick glance down. He's not allowed to argue, but he's not happy, and I think he's right. 9 runs he got, and it's 18 for 2.
Oh, he's bowled him. Yeah, and Benkenstein fails again. This is not good for him. And I think that might have brushed the pad.
It looked like a much slower ball. Look, he didn't even disguise the grip. The thumb was at the top, and that one back pad again. A little unlucky because it got through all of that and then just nudged the off stump bail off. See, 123 kilometers an hour, but the end result is Dale Benkenstein goes for 2, and South Africa now 3 wickets down for 21. Suddenly the adrenaline is pumping. That one a much quicker delivery to Hansi Cronje, swinging away viciously.
Yeah, just 2 slips in position. Hansi Cronje, man of the match at the Wanderers for his 83 not out. Is he caught? Yes, he is. Oh, my goodness me. South Africa 23 for 4. This is trouble. Hansie Cronje doesn't seem to be happy. Umpire Danny Becker is the man who gave him out. There certainly was a noise. Let's see what happened.
It was a soft noise, though, wasn't it? Ball tracking back and hitting the pad thickly on the knee roll, and if anything, maybe the LBW decision might have been a bit better. If you watch this closely again, you can see a difficult decision for Danny Becker, but watch the bat push away now, there, so it hits the pad only. So the only decision that could have been made was LBW, and I don't think it was that.
And Hansie Cronje gone for 2. He shakes his head, he's disappointed. And we've had 2 bad decisions, and South Africa, as a result, are 23 for 4.
It's a good shot, and that'll run away for 4. Very simply played.
Second boundary through the offside for Callis this morning, and that one as good as the first. Lovely cover drive. Didn't try and hit it too hard.
It's a good shot. It's through there again. This just might get to the boundary. Yeah, it does. So good over for Boucher and for South Africa so far.
Again, he gets his foot nicely out across to the line of the ball, and weight going into the shot.
Pulled away emphatically for 4.
Much quicker delivery though from White, and he really hurried Callis into the shot, but he was up to it. And he is one who does bowl his bouncer a lot quicker than his average or his stock delivery.
Down the ground, this will be 4. Just timing.
You won't find a straighter bat than that. Brings up the 50 for South Africa. Not much wrong with the delivery, just short of a length, and Callis plays it on the up. That's a superb shot.
Oh, that's up in the air and safe. Fortune for Boucher. In the air and out, Cormidon. Well, 53 for 5 now. How wise was that shot?
Interesting to see whether this is another slower delivery from White, because Boucher certainly seemed to be through the shot before the ball arrived, and as a result he ended up pulling it towards mid-on, and you see there it was the slower ball. Good bowling from White, nice change of pace, and perhaps looking just a little bit long for too much. Mark Boucher too early in his innings. 53 for 5.
He's gone on the hook here, and he'll find the gap between deep backward square and fine leg. It's the second time White's dropped too short to Jacques Callis, and the end of the over ends with a boundary. 60 for 5 after 17. Oh, big turn. And that is going to go to the boundary. How cruel for Graham Swan. 4 byes.
How cruel for Chris Reed. 2 of England's fresh-faced youngsters in operation here. Big spin and a bit of extra bounce there. And Reed all at sea.
It's very wide, but Callis is going to get 4. Oh, great save, Craig White. And a brilliant throw.
That he smashes through the covers. That was a bit of a gift. It was too full, and it's 4 runs.
He's a man of experience, is Peter Strydom. He was patient, he waited for the loose one, and when it came, he put it away. He's one of the best hitters of the loose ball in the country.
But this is 4 runs over the head of the mid-on. It was just over his head, mind you.
Yes, one always got the feeling that he got a finger to it, and this is a good tactic by Peter Stratham. He's realised that Graham Hick is now the 6th bowler used, has a go at it, hits it well enough. You'll see the stretch here, just perhaps a finger, but not enough to stop the boundary.
Encouragement bills for Jacques Callis to go to his 50, which he'll do. His 17th 50 for South Africa in one-day international cricket. He's also made 500s, 5 4s, of 86 balls. This is caught, is it? Yes. Very well caught too. The batsman stands for a moment and then goes. He just never got hold of that, and it was a very good catch indeed taken by Caddick at mid-on. And Stratham's out for 34.
Well, we've certainly put the pox on him, praising him like that, and that was a very interesting catch, because one had one's doubts as to whether the ball touched the ground during the course of the catch. Dave Orchard, umpire, was close, saw it, gave it out. Stratham goes for 34, and South Africa now 122 for 6.
Bowled him out. Callis searching for a boundary somewhere, and the ball gets under his bat and knocks back the off stump.
Gough, such a dangerous customer when bowling at the death. He has the ability to get some late swing, and at his pace that can be quite a handful. Callis, I feel, trying to get this roundabout extra cover coming inside the line and trying to hit it square of the wicket, and deceived by some late movement from Gough. Lovely innings, 57 of 105 balls. He held the South African innings together, but South Africa still a lot to do. 137 for 7.
That's away to deep mid-wicket. Solanke will do well. 4 runs, lovely timing from Klusner. His first 4, believe it or not, and it takes him to 14, 155 for 7.
This was the first boundary in 12 overs. The last boundary in the 30th over, and this one just angling across him. Nicely, perfectly placed.
Edge just dropped short of Reed. Want to give himself some room there, Klusner. End of the over, 155 for 7 after 43. That's gone. That's 6 runs. Only a matter of time.
Once again, Graham Hick trying to angle the ball in, not to give him the room, but once he frees the arms as he does there, it sails away. It went miles over the boundary ropes. Frustration for him, but it really wasn't a bad ball.
There's one, Klusner's running hard. Pollock's turn is coming back. This could be trouble. A better throw would have had him in trouble, but 2.
NASSER HUSSAIN way out of the action down there at long off on the boundary. Does very well.
Klusner got a little bit of a tangle there, but they're going for 1. He's coming back for the 2nd. And easily done. Good running.
Yes, that's good enough. If you keep getting 2 every ball like that, then it's going to cause confusion among the fielders.
Oh, lovely stop. Hussain, the best fielder on the ground.
Yes, he's certainly going all over the place. This time he's at mid-wicket. Diving onto that hard pitch.
Big hit. Not big enough, though. Out. Caddick takes the catch. And Klusener goes. It's been a frustrating innings from him. And he perishes to a blow into the deep. And Andrew Caddick hardly had to move. Straight down his throat. Graham Hick gets the wicket. Klusener out. Only the 5th time in 19 innings. 27 he made.
43 balls he'd been at the crease. He had struggled to get the ball away. Yet again, not giving him the room, and Andy Caddick having a routine catch. Lance Klusener goes for 27. South Africa now 172 for 8.
Caught. Very simple catch, really. Although no, let's give Fielder the credit. He had to come forward and take it, but a bit of a soft dismissal, and again an indication that this pitch is a little bit on the slow side.
Immediately he bowls this cutter again, a little bit nervous perhaps, tentative shot, and Chris Adams gets there quite comfortably sliding. He's got very good hands, has Chris Adams, fields in the slip some of the time. He's not afraid to show his delight at taking that catch. So Nicky Boyer goes now for 2, and South Africa 9 wickets down for only 176.
That's nicely played. Found the gap too in the covers, and there'll be 2 and maybe a 3rd. Indeed there will be. Very valuable runs for South Africa.
Welcome back, David de Brugge.
Drives nicely and he's going to run. There could be a run out, or he would have been miles out. If Caddick had hit, he was a goner. Smile as he knows he got away with it.
Yes, rueful smile, because he hit it so firmly and then decided to run. But luckily for him, nobody was able to get back to the stumps.
Bowled. Second last ball of the innings. And, well, the batsman just had to have a go, really. And David de Brugge missed it and is bowled by Craig White.
Disappointing end to the South African innings as well. That one coming in off the pad as it was going to beat leg stump. So nothing whatsoever has gone for the South Africans. De Brugge goes for 5. South Africa all out 184.
184 all out then, the South Africans. England bowled really well and backed it up with high-class fielding. It is a long way back for a batting side if they're 23 for 4. Darren Gough did the early damage with Andrew Caddick, and then it was left to Jacques Kallis, who played nicely for that 57, Peter Stradham and Lance Klusener to attempt to get back into the game. The pitch is a bit slower than we thought, and the off-spinners and the slow balls are working well. Darren Gough, 10 overs, 4 for 29. He was outstanding. Andrew Caddick equally so, 1 for 23. Craig White picked up 3 for 45. No wicket for Graham Swan on international debut, but he bowled well. There were encouraging signs there with the amount that he spun the ball. A wicket for Mark Elam, tidy as ever. 1 for Graham Hick as well. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we know that England need 185 if they're to win their first match in this triangular series. Welcome back to Bloemfontein, a marvellous carnival atmosphere here for the one-day international. I'm surrounded by this pink smoke. Skydivers are about to come out of the sky, music plays, and the crowd are involved. England have bowled out South Africa for 184. They need 185 in their 50 overs to win the game. We'll pick it up with Nick Knight and Nasser Hussain at the wicket.
David de Brugge making his debut. With his first ball, he gets it past the outside edge.
Right arm over the wicket, angling it across the left-hander, and Knight really chasing one very wide of that off stump.
Trouble here. Clever, very clever. Nick Knight getting in between the thrower and the stumps, and Pollock could do nothing about it. Legal.
Yes, you're quite entitled to do this as a batsman, as long as you're really not going out of your way.
Very good indeed. You saw him looking over his shoulder just to so that he can line himself up. He ran at the stumps. Down the leg side, we'll have to see whether it's off pad or bat. That's the first runs of the England innings, 4 leg byes.
Pollock trying to bowl as straight as possible, just drifting down the leg side.
This will get through the covers for a couple. Stratham in pursuit. He does very well.
Nice controlled shot from Knight.
Down the wicket, had to happen, didn't it? It's gone over cover, not out of the sweet part of the bat, but it'll get to the boundary. 4 to Hussain.
Good shot from Hussain, coming down the wicket, getting momentum into the shot. And sure, there is a little bit of desperation in that shot, but a calculated risk. Fielder's well within the circle.
And again, over mid-off this time. Comes down a little like a pitching wedge into the green, just 2, so again, not out of the middle of the bat. And the end of the over, 2 more to Hussain, 18 for no wicket.
Pollock is at Knight. This is hit away through mid-wicket. That'll be 4. That did come out of the sweet spot. Suddenly a few runs coming England's way.
Well, the England opening batsmen have seen through the first few overs without any problem.
Down the wicket this time, and he's got hold of it. And it's 4 runs.
Dangerous player is Knight. Uses his feet prolifically.
Again he goes down the wicket. Once more he clears mid-on, and it's 4 more.
Well, he's using the same tactics and they're working, and why not continue if the bowler is unable to change his method of approach.
This is lashed away through the covers, and Stratham's got no price in catching this one. Slightly full and wide, and handsomely dealt with.
Once again, the full flow of the bat from Nasser Hussain. Doesn't get his head forward, he leans his head back. Doesn't matter, just means the ball goes squarer this time.
Oh, it's 1 bounce 4, backward a square, short from Cullis. Not a good over this.
Nasser Hussain loves this shot. Anything slightly short, he gets leaning back and pulls it over the square leg area.
Again it's short, and again he's put it away. Same area, backward a square, very expensive over from Jacques Cullis, 12 runs from it. Oh, this has gone up in the air, but he's going to be lucky enough to get away with it. Goes over the wicket-keeper's head. Cullis has to run from that short fine leg or leg gully position, and they're able to get 3 runs.
Nick Knight is an excellent runner between the wickets, and even though he realized that this wasn't the best of strokes, off he went.
This is too short, and it's hammered away off the back foot through the covers, and it's got too much on it. Beats the cover fielder, and it's 4 more. Runs are coming.
Down the wicket, over the top. Wide of mid-on, I should say, more accurately, and 4 more. That was crisply struck by Nick Knight. Good footwork. Left it to the last minute before advancing. It's in the air, but always wide of Klusner at mid-on. It's fine, it's beaten the man at short fine leg, and a run away for 4. Good over this for England. $70 now for no wicket. It's turned very, very fine indeed. Cullis is the man at short fine leg. Good shot. Straight down the ground, over mid-off, and it'll run away for 4. Not quite a half volley, but the intention was always there to hit it up, which he did majestically. Down he goes again, picks his spot. He's very precise with that shot. It's almost okay, he's moved that guy a little bit wider now. I'll hit this one straighter.
No, it's not almost, it absolutely is. I mean, that is exactly the point I was making a couple of overs ago. You have a look at this, mid-on is a little wider. And you just make sure that the back comes through in a very clean, straight arc on that occasion, instead of helping it with the spin.
Up in the air, Boucher. Now, could we have a very unusual dismissal here? There's no doubt that Hussain was in Boucher's way, but has he hit it? That's the first thing that's got to happen. What is going on? Has he called over? No. Well, don't think he hit it. I think that's part of the problem.
Ball hits the pad and goes up in the air. He gets back. Now, what he's doing, actually, he's allowed to do before anybody makes a fuss. He is protecting his stumps. You're allowed to kick the ball away from your stumps. And I think he's turning around to protect the stumps. I think it might have hit the glove, funnily enough. It's certainly hit the wrist or somewhere there. The ball's come round here. I think he's gone back to protect his stumps.
Down the wicket and smashes it past the bowler, down the ground for 4.
What a way to get to your 50. Acknowledges the crowd. Great knock for England on a slow wicket. Used his feet tremendously well and hit the ball as cleanly as we've seen this year.
Very well hit. Over the head of Hansie Cronje. And 4 more runs.
Cronje up in the circle. He's the 5th South African fielder in the circle, trying to keep the singles to a minimum. And this allows Hussain to play an attacking shot.
Full toss, he doesn't make a great deal of it, but enough to get his 50.
Equally well played by Nasser Hussain, only 80 balls.
This is a very big hit. Dropping just short. So 4 runs.
Bit of width offered by Bouyer, and Hussain has plenty of room to swing the arms.
This is too full and he smashes it through the covers for 4.
Beautiful cover drive from Hussain. Change of tactics by Bouyer, bowling a lot wider of the off stump. He's got 2 men behind, square on the offside.
This is hit very hard indeed, past to Brugge, and 4 more.
Well, that one's gone like an absolute rocket. And really, Hussain's timing has been so impressive on a pitch which the South Africans found difficult to score on.
Last moment, he decides to run it down through the slip area, and the 3rd man is too square to cut it off, so it's another boundary. Exactly 50 needed for victory. That one deceived him. Might have been a little bit of turn there.
Beautifully bowled, lovely flight. Pitching roundabout leg stump, and well taken by Boucher, because that's turned from leg stump. It would have come from behind the batsman.
Bit of a baseball shot this. I won't get 4 because Stratham comes chasing round from his mid-wicket position.
So although he's playing this shot with a horizontal bat, he hasn't at any time slogged indiscriminately. Really chosen his shots well.
Well, that's in the air. Kirsten's got to run back, but it'll be safe.
It's clever batting, actually, even though it's not well timed. What Hussain will wait to do is for Cronje just to overpitch a touch, and he can play chip shots if there's nobody back.
It's in the air, and oh, was it all the way? Yes, it was. Jacques Callis showing that it just cleared the rope. Shouts of catch, but Callis would have had to have been right on the rope. So 6 to Knight, 154. That equals that highest partnership.
She didn't quite get it, you know. There was an element of top edge to it. Hence the shouts of catch rather than ouch.
Oh, here we go. And Hussain's coming back for the second. This could be close. He may well be out. Oh, my word. What a comedy of errors all over. And Hussain might have been struggling here.
Well, Cronje tested Boucher. He's livid with himself. And now may well end up being rather pleased with himself, though nobody out there seems to think it is out. Oh, heck. This is seriously tight. He's made it.
Oh, it's a terrific response from Hussain. One bounce straight over the top. He's in great form. Nothing better than hitting the opposition captain straight back over his head for 4. I suppose there is one thing better if he'd hit it a little harder. Oh, there it goes. He's hit one straight to cover, and it's 165 for 1. The first wicket falls, and this will not be a 10-wicket victory. Hussain is mad with himself, getting out like this. From 114 deliveries of 12 fours. Really top-class innings once again. We've seen him in great form throughout the Test series, and he's carried it into the one-day series as well.
Oh dear.
In the air, but it's over Gary Kirsten here at mid-on, and it's another boundary. Elegant stroke, as Graham Hick always is. England move into the 170s with that stroke. Look at that straight bat, perfect timing. He didn't try and hit it too hard and reach the boundary with a 6.
Good shot. Hick does not mess around. In the slot, hit it. Straight back down the ground. 179 for 1. Beg your pardon, 183 for 1. Come back. This actually took the score from 179 for 1 to 183 for 1. The last ball of the last over, Hick just hits through it. Always deliberately hitting it up. Outstanding shot.
Outstanding performance. Nothing more than that one can say than that. Seldom one sees the South African side outplayed like this.
That's it. Victory for England by 9 wickets with just over 10 overs to spare. A disappointing performance from the home side, an outstanding one from the visitors.
That was a stunning performance by England's opening batsman in support of the excellent bowling and fielding early in the day. Nick Knight ending unbeaten on 71 and Hick unbeaten with 12. The one man who went and cross with himself he was at the moment it happened. Nasser Hussain caught at cover off the bowling of Nicky Boyer. He made 85 in fine style, and he and Knight broke the record partnership for the first wicket in one-day cricket against the South Africans. Incidentally, that was held by Brian Lara and Desmond Haynes, so that's not a bad pair to beat. The South African bowlers, just the one bit of joy there for Nicky Boyer, but in the main they weren't anything like as effective as England, who seemed to find the right pace and the right style to bowl on that surface. So Darren Gough was chosen as the man of the match, and after play I had a chat with him.